Welcome back for another JavaScript tutorial. Here is a given task. Replace any value from a given array. But here, it's not just any random array, but this is arrays within an array. Therefore, array of arrays. Now, how do you replace any of those elements? And then after we solve this, we're gonna be talking about where do we use this in a practical way. Okay, the first thing is first. There are a few things we have to do. So plan is that you have to first of all, because this is array of arrays, therefore the first thing is flatten the array, meaning that you will turn this into just an array, not array of arrays, right? And secondly, what do? You have to loop it. And then this time we're going to use with map. Map is quite, I would say, easy and a relatively powerful way of, I would say, faster way of looping an array. And then we put in the function. So of course we write the function after you're writing the function, and then you call the function. This is supposed to be just, let's say, one step. Therefore, there are three specific steps. Flatten this array to become an array, loop this array, eventually call that array. Alright, it's that simple. Okay, so in terms of flattening array, I have a couple methods here. You can choose any of those. You can choose this concat.apply an array, empty array, this method, or any of this concat this method. My favorite is so far is flat, because this is the simplest and fastest way. The flat, interestingly, just takes a parameter here. The 2 meaning if there are 2 layers, you put 2. But let's say you have multiple layers, 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. What do? You don't have to put 4. Instead, you just put the word infinity, and then it just flattens the array of arrays of arrays of arrays into just one array. Therefore, we're going to use just flat, and then we only have 2 layers of array. Okay, let's do it. What do? We flatten the array first. Array list dot flat. This is a method of, therefore we put that. And then what do? We have to one more thing, we have to save this in a variable. Let's say flat array. Okay, now along the way, what you want to do is you want to log this, making sure that it is actually working, right? That's a way that you have to try along the way when you're writing a function. Right, therefore all of them now became just one array, correct? Great, so this is done. Now what do we do next? What do we do next is we have to write a function, because array is already flattened. Therefore we have to have, in terms of function, how many elements we have. Let's say I want to replace a replace null with z. In that case, I have one parameter, I have 2 parameters, and then array. Therefore this takes 3 parameters. The function, the one we wanted to write. Function replace element. This is the name of function. In that case, what it takes here is that first the array, it takes array, right? And then element to be replaced, element to replace. Alright, so therefore element to be replaced, null is to be replaced, and then here element to replace is z, right? So therefore 3 things: array, array to be replaced, and eventually element to replace. Takes 3 parameters. Okay, now here comes the interesting part where we have to loop the array. Normally we use for loop or for loop, but here we have to use map. What array do we use? The original one or this one? Of course we want to use the flattened one. All right, so map, and then I can say each. This is arrow function. You can look at arrow function if you're not familiar with it. If each, now each is representing if each of the, I can put this way so it's easier to, okay, didn't copy here. Interestingly, one more time, let's go conventional way, copy paste, didn't work. Okay, all right, right now the each is representing each of the elements in the array. It's already looping. Okay, so that's why its map is faster and easy to write. So if each of the element equals to what value? Z or null. So this is element to be replaced. We want to enter the element that we want to replace first. If each equals to this element to be replaced, then what do? We want to return the other element. We want to return this element. Okay, to make it things easier to understand, here is null. We want to replace null with 3 dots. Okay, if when we looping, if any of the elements chosen, in this case null, equals to each, in that case we want to return this element. Okay, this is the logic here. Now this returns so far only Z, but we want to return rest of the elements too. Then what do? Here we get it, this is one block and this another block, therefore we get out of this block and return from this block, we return all the elements. That would be return each. Rest of the elements are in each, right? Okay, and then we come out this block, and then there has to be another return here, the final value. But what do we return? We cannot return each from here directly because this was in the scope, and we want to return it outside of it. Therefore, we want to save this into a variable. That's the beauty of JavaScript. It's very flexible. You can save the for each loop result directly into another function, another variable. Const, I can say const new array. All right, so result goes here, and then if you look at here, you have to get out of this block, right? This block ends here, therefore I had to get out and then return this new array. All right, function is done. This is a clear way. Now what do? We call the function in order to get the result. In that case, what do we call? How do we call the function? Just write the function name and then place names here. In this case, array, what do we have? Array is flattened array, and then the element that we want to replace is null, and then replaced by Z, 3 Z's. Okay, question is, null is not a string here. Well, it's a string, but it's not within this bracket, therefore we cannot put this one here. Okay, so what do? One more thing about JavaScript is that you can put this, or you can just skip on it. All right, so console log. Always make sure that it's easy to detect, therefore result, and good. Let's run this. All right, see, A, B, Z, Z. It was null before, but now Z. It's easier, in order to easier to notice, let me just log this one as well. If I were to log this array list, right? Okay, now if I run, logs 2 of them. This is original one, therefore we better log the flattened one, which we did earlier. All right, so this is original array, but now null is replaced by Z. Okay, good. Now where do we use this? The usage case is that, let's say most of the time, let's say you have you comparing UI data to DB data. In that case, your DB data coming null, and then your UI data is coming something else, let's say string, right? In reality, probably you don't want to just replace null with Z, but in reality, you want to just replace with empty string. There it is, right? Because whatever is coming from null from DB, not equal to empty string from UI, but when you got empty string from UI, in that case you cannot compare. Therefore, how can you compare? You have to make the null into empty string and then compare. So that's usage. Thank you very much. If you have questions, leave the questions below.